Ready, ready! 90, Wolf!
Get that quarterback, D-line! Get that quarterback, D-line! D-line, get that quarterback!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on.
Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit. Ready?
Lock now on 1st down. That's caught. It's Malone. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Locke's throw caught by Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Shoot!
Throwing on first down is Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. It's a foot race. The 40. The 20. 10. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. When you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Five.
57's the mic. Watch the run.
Hey, Alpha.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Open man there is Malone. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now Locke, and he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
X61, matchbox right. Back, hey, high 7.
Check 13. Let's go.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Josh Malone, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Extra point from McManus is good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Boston Scott, his first carry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Express.
47's the mic, boys.
Here's Scott. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know they're securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Express.
Mike's 47.
Raider 2. Well, Gumbo.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr forced out to his left. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down. Still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, Trey, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
And the Broncos first down.
Ready? 8, read.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
Tight down.
Back at his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
Down. 15, line it. 15 line. Hey, box truck. 55.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. Open man. That's Noah Fant, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
56 is Mike. I got you. Mike 56. Mike's 56.
Hey, wahoo. Ready?
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
General West. Bravo. Get it.
Block now on 1st down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
First down, Denver.
Lock now, hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Lock under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
To try again after the sack. Locke escaping the pressure right. Incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta. Go on, go on.
Watch the ship, watch the ship.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Let's go,
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Scott. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Raider 1. 47 Mike, 47 Mike, Mike 47. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
7 to Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47. Let's pick it up. It's out of time.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Now, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it won't be a pick 6, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Kill. No,
OP.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Boston Scott, his third touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front, giving him at least a stalemate in order to find that space?
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A pass there complete to Sutton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
70, Indy. We got it. Five.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Ready? 50-60 Pittsburgh. Watch us roll out. Watch us slam. Hey, head coach.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Get it.
Into the red zone, it's locked. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Clock will try again on second down. Flushed out right. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Locke throwing on second down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But
the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Deshaun Hamilton. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
44 is Mike. Check. Raider 9. 44, Mike, 44. I got you, punk. Shit.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Dancing to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
734.
Hey, Zoo.
Express. Watch the screen. 44 is the Mike. Check.
Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
On 1st down, Carr. He'll find Moreau here. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
93. Hey, exit.
Set the tone, defense.
To throw, it's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, you got 3 down.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They go again with Scott. And some room to maneuver. And now look at him go. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Boston Scott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Lock to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Will Parks. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave him out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Keep it up, guys.
Go, go. Ready?
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. He completes this to Sutton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
56. Mike 56. Check back.
Throwing now is Locke. That's caught. It's Malone. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well. Locke now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Locke's throw caught by Sutton, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
56. Mike 56.
Hey, box drop.
Danny.
On first down, Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Carr now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
On the carry, this is Scott. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll keep it on the ground. Scott. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here now, Johnny Townsend as he's on to punt for Oakland. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 11. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard run, leaves them with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
70, Indy. Haywood. 57.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Check three.
Deep river.
Now they'll run it on the toss. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and goal, Denver.
Ready. 15, Ronnie.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 60 or.
Down to lose one.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Rock it.
It's going to be a long day. Let's get fired.
Now to the air. Rock. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Josh Malone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
Watch the eye.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. the former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Check 24. Check 24.
Spot. Topper.
Check 99. Check 99.
Bravo. Get.
Block now on first down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Leo.
Check 25. Check 52.
Pilot, 64. Weak. Hey, Delta.
From midfield, here's Locke. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer. Create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Switch up. Switch up.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Scott. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
6-18. 4-7's the mic.
Throwing now is Carr. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
We call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
I remember Coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
Greystone, Travis.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Team 6. 56,
Mike, 56. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Gone.
Here I come.
Hit it.
Lock now on first down. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Ready, set.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40.
Crunch. 61, matchbox light. Hey, orbit.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, echo.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer.
Well, this is really simple. Let's just say it. This quarterback is on fire. Touchdown after touchdown throwing the football. What a day for him.
Sam off.
We got double up.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Locke again. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a one-score game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Watch the screen.
Here's Carr to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Scott. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that a team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Locke. Open man there is Malone. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Malone. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Ready up.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check. Fresno.
Hey, switch gears.
Let's go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. He's back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
Last 57 left. Watch the screen. Watch exit.
57, Mike, 57.
Squeeze, double.
57's Mike, 57. Man, I got you. Man.
Back to throw. Lock. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion.
Let's go, baby.
Two draw quarters.
Watch out.
Five.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
You're out.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Check safety. Check safety.
Defense.
Lock to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Set. 90 Wolf.
56.
Hey, Alpha.
56.
Hard.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Snap.
After the turnover, here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
Go. Five.
To throw is Locke. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Oakland, Their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.